Hey everybody, it's time to read about our two favorite hippos, George and Martha. Rise and shine! 5 stories about two fine friends. Story number 1, The Fibber. Now if you are a fibber, it means you tell lies. Don't do it. One day, George wanted to impress Martha. I used to be a champion jumper, he said. Martha raised an eyebrow. And, said George, I used to be a wicked pirate. Yeah, said Martha. George tried harder. Once, I was even a famous snake charmer. Oh, goody, said Martha. Think she believes him? Martha went to the closet and got out Sam. Here's a snake for you to charm. Eek! Cried George, and he jumped right out of his chair. He's hanging from something there. It's only a stuffed snake, said Martha. I'm surprised a famous snake charmer is such a scary cat. I told some fibs, said George. For shame, said Martha. But you can't see what a good jumper I am, said George. That's true, said Martha. Look at me, jumped all the way to the ceiling. Story number 2, The Experiment. Experiment? Oh, that's what scientists do when they're trying to check to see if something is true or not. You have to test it over and over. They make an experiment. Martha was in her laboratory. What are you doing? Asked George. I'm studying fleas, said Martha. Cute critters, said George. Ha! You don't understand, said Martha. This is serious. This is science. The next day, George noticed that Martha was scratching a lot. She looked uncomfortable. George bought Martha some special soap. After her shower, Martha felt much better. I think I'll stop studying fleas, said Martha. Good idea, said George. I think I'll study bees instead, said Martha. Oh dear, said George. Story number 3, The Picnic. Oh, who doesn't love a picnic? One Sunday morning, George wanted to sleep late. I love sleeping late, said George, but Martha had other ideas. She wanted to go on a picnic. Here she comes, George said to himself. Martha did her best to get George out of bed. Picnic time, sang Martha, but George didn't budge. Martha played a tune on her saxophone. George put little balls of cotton in his ears and pulled up the covers. Martha tickled George's toes. Stop it, said George. Picnic time, sang Martha. But I'm not going on a picnic, said George. Oh, yes, you are, said his friend. Boy, look at her eyes. You can tell she's getting upset. Martha had a clever idea. Oh, look at she on the bottom, on the foot of each bedpost. She put a roller skate so she can roll the bed. This is such hard work, she said, huffing and puffing. But I'm not going to help, said George. I'm getting tired, said Martha. George had fun on the picnic. I'm so glad we came, said George. But Martha wasn't listening. She had fallen asleep. She probably should have taken the bed. It was free. Story number 4, The Scary Movie. Did you ever watch a scary movie? I don't like them. I don't ever believe the ghost stuff. I just can't believe it. And also, usually there's like really mean people, and I don't like that. George, Martha was nervous. I've never been to a scary movie before. Silly goose, said George. Everyone likes scary movies. I hope I don't faint, said Martha. Oh, it's called The Mummy's Toe. Martha liked the scary movie. This is fun, she giggled. Martha noticed that George was hiding under his seat. I'm looking for my glasses, said George. You don't wear glasses, said Martha. When the movie was over, George was as white as a sheet. Hold my hand, George said to Martha. I don't want you to be afraid walking home. Thank you, said Martha. Wait a minute. Who do you think is really afraid walking home? Is Martha as white as a sheet? The last story. The Secret Club. A secret club. That would be fun. And only you could go there, or only you and your best friends? Ooh, I don't know. Where are you going, George? Asked Martha. I'm going to my secret club, said George. I'll come along, said Martha. Oh no, said George. It's a secret club. But you can let me in, said Martha. No, I can't, said George, and he went on his way. Martha was furious. When George was inside his secret clubhouse, Martha made a terrible fuss. You let me in, she shouted. No, said George. Yes, 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 cried Martha. No, 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 said George. I'm coming in whether you like it or not, cried Martha. Boy, she really was in that clubhouse. Oh, man. When Martha saw the inside of George's clubhouse, she was so ashamed. Oh, you old sweetheart, she said to George. George smiled. I hope you've learned your lesson. I certainly have, said his friend. Look at what it says on the wall. This is George's clubhouse. It says, The Martha Fan Club, George, President. He made a clubhouse because he loves Martha. That is so funny. Hey, I hope you enjoyed this book called George and Martha, Rise and Shine. And we'll see some more George and Martha books another day, but not today.